Hi, welcome back to another head-to-head, and this time we're looking at Project Cars 2 and Gran Turismo Sport. The car in question is the Renault Megane RS 275 Trophy, although there is a slight difference between the specs of these two cars because the GTS one is the Trophy, whereas the PC2 version is the Trophy R. Now, the key difference between the Trophy and the Trophy R is the Trophy R has a stripped-out interior and a roll cage in it, and is slightly stiffened, slightly lighter, and that's about it. Being perfectly honest, it was the car that they built and sold in very limited quantities to set the front-wheel drive time attack mode at the Nürburgring, which at the time the car was released they got and held for a short while, until, if memory serves me, the Seat took it off of them. Anywho, the rest of the car is pretty much identical, so I have time corrected the times here. The PC2 one was slightly quicker than the GTS one. The main difference between the two in terms of how they drive, however, is down to a couple of factors. Now, don't get me wrong, the GTS one is a pleasant enough steer. It does drive well, and it is quick, particularly for a front-wheel drive car. The main issues with GTS are down to A, the fact that it is too perfectly damped, but that's not a fact that affects just this car. It's something that is an issue with cars pretty much across the board in GTS. The dampers appear to just go through one cycle before being able to control the springs and the body movement, whereas in reality you should have a couple of phases gradually decreasing down to nothing. But that affects just about every car in GTS, as I say. The second and more obvious one is both the Trophy and the Trophy R are fitted with the exact same very, very aggressive limited slip diff. And this thing, I've not driven this particular car, but I have driven cars with diffs that are this aggressive on them, and this diff will pull you round the corner. It's quite an odd feeling if you've never driven one hard with a very aggressive diff on it. If you start understeering, you just reduce the power very slightly to regain grip on the front wheels, and then pretty much bury the loud pedal, and it will drag you around the corner with the back washing slightly wide in a kind of oversteery manner. It's not quite oversteer because it is much more nose led. The GTS one just simply doesn't do this. It's almost as though the diff is nowhere near aggressive enough or isn't really modelled at all. But the Project Cars 2 one does a good impression of this. In fact, it's one of the key areas I think that Project Cars 2 is probably the best sim on the market for at the moment, certainly in terms of consoles, because it does a slightly better job of it even than Assetto Corsa, and that is that it does model aggressive front-wheel drive diffs that will drag you around the corner. That said, they're both extremely good steers. The GTS one certainly looks better. It's better modelled. Sound-wise, I think it's much of a muchness. Take your own pick. You can look at both of them here. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thanks very much. Bye.